Hello, you all. It's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond. I am here for a brief review to a video that I did earlier today. I entitled it an emergency reading. Okay, it was pertaining to a kidnapping that I began to receive visions about. And so my spirit guides led me to relay these messages to you all like right away. Okay, I told you all in that video if I came up with anything else, I need to share anything else with you all, that I would do so at a later time, which is why I am back here. Okay, so I did pull some further cards pertaining to the situation that is supposed to happen. Okay, I did also, real briefly, I just want to say that I expressed my concerns with you all earlier, that by me doing that video, because I'm a target and I know they listen and watch me like all the time, um, that it is possible with the connections, the network of individuals that's doing this, that they could easily just like switch up the days, do it in a different area, at a different location, or something like that, which is what I'm the most worried about, because those of them that's higher in power, that's running these sex rings and prostitution rings and human trafficking rings and things, this is like $1 billion business. Okay, so it has been going on for so long. And there's a lot of powerful people in behind those things. Okay, if these were amateurs, okay, then I really wouldn't worry so much about, because they wouldn't know me from Adam. Okay, they wouldn't see my video or know that I'm alerting people to beware of this and that it's going to take place. Thus, they would still go ahead with their plans or whatever. And if it was that angle of things, then the information provided could alert authorities and things, and they could step in to do something, be there, step in to do something to save this child and prevent this from happening. However, like I expressed in the first video, these are no amateurs. Okay, the two individuals that they're using are recruited individuals who are in these this type of dark type of coven, or human trafficking ring, if you will. But they are being led, controlled, handled by individuals higher up. Okay, and they're actually connected to some heavy hitters within the human trafficking ring type of thing. Okay, so like I said, I did pull some further clarification about this. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you all right now. My spirit guides are telling me that there is a friend of the individual whose child is going to come up missing. There's a friend who knows something pertaining to the situation. Okay, which is, holds valuable clues, valuable information, could have some type of ties to this human trafficking ring as well. And this friend of theirs may not know, okay, that their friend is a sellout and is a part of this. Okay, and they have literally been giving them like real-time information as to where they're going to be, what time they're going to be there, blase blase, this, that, and the other, or whatever. But there is a friend who knows something. Okay, my spirit guides tell me that rage and or extreme anger is a motive in this situation as well. Okay, I feel like one of the abductors, there's some type of rage or extreme anger that this individual has. Okay, this may be a trait of theirs that they have anyway. Okay, remember I told you that the male abductor is a fire sign individual that my spirit guides told me is a Sagittarius male. So he could be somebody who is hot-headed, who, kind of go off the deep end at any given time about any situation. This could just be in his character altogether. But also remember me telling you that the woman, um, who is the other abductor, they're a couple that's going around doing this. How I seen her turning around in the passenger seat from the front seat, turning around to the back seat, and literally yelling at these children. And she had this very horrific looking look on her face. Okay, so this could be her as well. The next message we have here is the authorities, when this situation happened, they're whether you have higher people involved, they're going to put forth, at least some type of supposed investigation pertaining to the situation, okay, to play their role. My spirit guides are saying, if there are any good detectives, good officers whom are dispatched to the situation that's supposed to take place, okay, that they're going to need to interview more suspects, okay, to get the information that they need, okay, possibly eyewitnesses, people that was close with the parent or of the child that went missing. Just interview more people, and they could find some type of information that could maybe possibly link them. If you got individuals who is in the on the force of any kind, could cover up this information, to prevent it from coming out or being known or anything, just to silence people or whatever. But just overall, from my spirit guides, they're saying that if the right people were talked to, that they could get a valuable lead pertaining to the case. Okay. So the next message we have here is these predators, they track a specific type of victim. Okay. Um, they look for individuals who are like, kind of alone in some type of way, or that they can lure away easily in some type of way, because of the fact that this is a child, this is a toddler. Remember I told you that these predators, they specifically go out and they track and look for easy targets of children, that they can snatch up easily and take off with. Okay, so that's in fact what they have done pertaining to this situation. Okay. The authorities, once this situation happened, people that they talk to, people in the area, that this is going to occur in, there is going to be some witnesses that ends up talking to authorities. They know something or seen something, and they may not be fully disclosing all of the facts pertaining to this situation. Okay, they could have been threatened, they could be afraid to speak, but this comes into play where the authorities needing to interview more subjects, and basically talking to the right people could get them a lead and some very prominent information. Okay, but there's definitely going to be a witness that they speak to when this crime takes place that seen something very valuable, knows something very valuable. Okay, and they may not be disclosing all of the facts when they do speak to the authorities. Okay. We have here strange phenomenon. Well, it is a very strange phenomenon, okay, for anybody that just decided to snatch up somebody's kids and run off with them to human traffic them, okay. So that's strange enough in itself, okay. But I feel like these people who do this, they are tied to satanic cults and dark covens, and these powers that be and different things. So they are into some very sinister things as well. The strange phenomenon involved with this can also do with the fact that the individuals who are recruited to go out and do these things, a lot of times they could be under mind control themselves. They're obviously being handled, but they could be triggered to do crimes at specific times and specific places and different things as well. So that is also something very prominent that needs to be known pertaining to the situation. The next message we have here is money played a role here. Okay, so people were paid to abduct this child. Okay, people also paid, the people that want this child also paid to have this child abducted, as well as paying the abductors and any and everybody else in between. Okay, so money is definitely a factor. We're not talking, like I said, I'm repeating this over and over again so you all understand that we're not just talking about some predator on the loose that, is looking to grab a kid for their own sexual gratification. It does not mean that these individuals would not partake in some type of thing, but they are specifically grabbing this kid and doing this job because they are working with a network of individuals to do so. Okay, when you have neighborhood type of predators in certain states, in certain areas, in certain neighborhoods, that commit crimes like this, they might grab a kid or whatever, and they may take them, to their house, or wherever their little hiding spot is, and you know do what they do with them and dispose of them or something like that. This is a bigger situation than something like that. Okay, this is a network of individuals that is running a huge trafficking ring. Okay, that these abductors as well as the traffickers are connected to. Okay, also, Spirit is saying surveillance cameras may provide important clues. Okay, so there's plenty of surveillance cameras that's in this shopping center, that's in the parking lot, that's in the stores, that's even at the streets, at the lights, all types of things. Okay, guys. So, you know, there is going to be surveillance of this situation on somebody's camera. Okay, now, like I said, because you're dealing with a higher echelons of individuals who have connections and things like that. Like I said, there's evidence that could be tampered with. There's witnesses that could be silenced. There's surveillance cameras that could be edited or erased, and different things like that, or whatever. But there is, in fact, eyewitnesses that is going to see this whole thing went down. Actually, see the abductors and the vehicle and everything about them, as well as this is going to be on camera, somebody's surveillance as well. Okay, the one of the abductors, guys, works in the area. I feel like this individual works at some type of factory or warehouse or something like that. But where this is going to take place, the killer actually works. So besides being a part of doing these jobs with this trafficking ring, the male abductor that is driving, he has a job in the area. Okay, which probably is what makes them more comfortable with that area. They're familiar with it. Okay, they're used to shopping in the area. They're used to seeing, what type of comings and goings come through there at different times and things like that. But the male abductor, who is also the driver, he works in the area at some type of plant or factory or warehouse or something like that. Okay, also, the individuals involved, Spirit is saying that they have a history of committing crimes. Like I told you all, these individuals were recruited. Like I told you in the first video, how they were recruited is because of the fact that they do not have legal status here in the United States. They don't have citizenship. Okay, so when they got in trouble with the law, at some point in time, they came in contact with some shisty individuals that gave them a deal, that told them that they could get their citizenship if basically they sold out to these powers that be and worked for them. Okay, now these individuals do get paid, and like I told you in the first reading, they have been prolonging giving them their citizenship, which I doubt they would ever really give them their citizenship, because this is what they're using to dangle over their head as some type of incentive for continually to work with them. Okay, not to mention they're getting paid for doing so or whatever. But how they got in contact with them, a lot of times these powers that be, when people get in trouble with the law, whether it be drug dealers or gang members or illegal immigrants get in trouble with the law to keep from being deported. Different people that get in trouble at different times. They come into contact sometimes with crooked individuals in government that offer them these shicey deals, which is a lose-lose situation because they're selling out and they're literally be a slave and a puppet for the rest of their life. And the moment that they decide that they don't want to do it anymore, they want out, their lives is threatened and they and or killed. Okay, so this is how a lot of them get recruited into these little packs and organizations and different things or whatever. You have a lot of people who are ex-cons. They've either been to jail several times or been to prison, or they have ties to the industry or the government or the military in some type of way. They recruit a lot of individuals, okay, from lower level individuals all the way up to higher level individuals, okay. And many times the people on the lower, that's like, just regular, seem like regular everyday average Joe people, they end up being able to recruit them, and come into contact with them because they either were around other individuals who were sellouts that coerced and convinced them to sell out to this group, to this little, their little cult of individuals, or they got in trouble with the law and somebody offered them a deal and they ended up getting into it in that manner. Okay. Also, the abductors, they're passing through areas. Okay, a lot of times they travel and they pass through certain areas to find, good spots where they could grab a kid, or be less noticed and different things like that. Okay. This one, however, I feel like somebody really wanted this kid that's being abducted because it was such a high risk. Okay, with the holidays coming up, a lot of people are out and shopping. A lot of people are in and out of stores. The traffic is congested and everything. It's just a lot of comings and goings all day, every day, leading up to the holidays. And for them to do so, smack that in the middle of a time where it's very busy is actually kind of risky to do so. But that's in fact what they're doing. Okay. Their spirit is saying that there's additional evidence that's at the scene of the crime. So where this is going to take place, I feel like these abductors could have dropped something or left something behind. Uh, it's possible to maybe have caused the kid some type of injury while trying to grab them, and maybe some type of DNA was left behind or something, okay? But there is something, some type of evidence that's going to be left at the scene of the crime where this is going to take place, okay? Also, the abductor, I feel like the female abductor took an item off of the child that they're kidnapping. Okay, and you know how these predators, usually you see it in like serial killers and things like that or whatever. They take certain items off of their victims as some type of trophy or trinket or something like that. Okay, I feel like she took something off of this kid, okay, and that belongs to the victim. They still have something that belongs to the victim, whether knowingly or unknowingly. They have the abductors still have something that belongs to the victim that they have abducted. Okay. Um, After this take place, Spirit is saying that the abductors will try to get out of the area. Okay. Also here, you see this individual, you see the big guy who's got the devil tail and the devil horns. This is the elite individuals, okay, that's in power. And you see the small guys. Now these are the ones that they send out to actually, that they recruit to actually, go and kidnap victims. Okay, this clearly shows you that he's taking orders from this person up here. Okay, it also indicates that from the elite individuals involved to the individuals that they recruit to go out and be the abductors, they are narcissists, they are psychopaths, they are sociopaths. Okay, very disturbed mentally. Okay, individuals. Spirit is also saying to research similar crimes in the area when this take place, okay? Because this has happened often, okay? There's a lot of kids, young women, young men, kids that come up missing in that area, and this trafficking ring has something to do with it. So, Spirit is saying that if authorities research other crimes in the area, that they will find like a link or chain of events that kind of, a link into other accounts of missing people. Okay. Last but not least, here we have multiple people are involved in this crime. Okay, we know that because it's a woman and a man that they're using as the abductors. Okay, and then it's the individual who is their direct handler that they take all of their orders from, and that handler also is directly connected to the major sex trade, the underground sex ring, and different things like that, which has a whole bunch of more individuals involved. Okay. So there's multiple people who was involved in this crime. Okay. So the next message I have here is underground pizza. Okay. This could be, I didn't get an actual sex of the child. I kind of thought it was a boy. But with underground pizza coming up, which basically is like a subliminal for the underground sex trade, this could be a little girl that's being taken. My spirit guides did tell me that this child is a toddler and is Caucasian that is being taken, possibly blonde hair, blue eyes. Okay, but this kid, whether girl or boy, is a toddler of toddler age. Okay. The next message we have here is it's a wicked, wicked world that we live in. That is so true. Okay. There is wickedness in high places and there is evil all around us, guys. Okay. We have third party situation here, which let us know that there's multiple people involved. It's not just the abductors that took this child. Okay. There's a network of individuals linking back to the third party that runs the overall of everything that is happening going on in this situation. Okay. um we have here drug dealers with bad intentions. Okay, so I feel like that one or more of the abductors, they could be into drug use. Okay. Possibly one of the crimes that they could have been busted for before they were recruited was for drugs. Okay, trafficking of drugs, selling drugs or something of that kind. It could be how they kind of got pinned up with the law and ended up being recruited and selling out to kind of save themselves from going to prison. They sold out to be a part of this trafficking ring. Okay, the next message we have here is a bad energy message. Okay, this talks about trickery. These individuals are con artists. All of them involved are con artists. Okay, very evil, wicked, sinister individuals. Okay. The next message we have here is they don't care about us, and this would be speaking to those of them high up in power. They just don't care about us. They don't care about the people. When saying us, we're talking about the people of all races. These elite individuals just don't have a care in the world for the American people, let alone the human population at all. They care about nothing at all but themselves. They're soulless beings. They're absent a heart, a mind. They have no sympathy, no empathy, no remorse or anything for the things that they do. They do not care about us, okay? There's going to be swift communication pertaining to this situation. It could be because I put this message out, and so there's swift communication that is going out to certain individuals to try to switch up the plans or something. Or there could be swift communication amongst them, communicating back and forth pertaining to the plan. Okay, to go along with this. Okay, we have devil in a blue dress. I feel like the woman abductor may have on a blue dress or blue blouse, but I have dress here. She could have on some type of dress when this takes place. Okay, and it's probably to be blue. Okay. The next message we have here is Illuminati stealing minds, souls, and bodies. Okay. So this just let us know that higher ups, higher powers that be, are the ones who make billions of dollars off of this operation, who basically pull the strings of all of them down the chain of command. That is linked to this, that is connected to this. Okay, they are the ones who come up with the plots, the plans, and the schemes for this whole ordeal to go down all over the world in various different areas. The next message we have here is hidden enemies. Okay, so remember how I told you all that friend that knows something. I feel like the mother of the child that is going to be abducted, this mother or father has a friend who is linked, is connected to these satanic powers that be, who is a sellout, who is a part of these sex rings, okay, and or human trafficking rings, okay, and this person is a hidden enemy. This person was literally sent into their life as an op, to play pretend like they were cool, like they were friends, like or whatever, just to befriend them, okay, only to get close to them and their kid, okay, to see their comings and goings, and they're reporting this back directly to their handlers, okay, who reports it back to the other big wigs within the human trafficking ring. Okay, we have fake phony Christians pretending to be righteous when they're sellouts and devils. Okay, I believe this couple may people around the neighborhood or something that have seen them, they may come off as they're religious in some type of way. Okay, but these individuals are pretending, they are sellouts. Okay, they are not righteous in the least bit. They are a part of dark covens, satanic cults, these death camps. They are linked to sex rings, prostitution rings, human trafficking rings, as well as drug trafficking rings. Okay, so this role that they play out in public amongst everybody else is literally that, a role they're acting. Okay, these individuals definitely have bad juju on them, no ifs, ands, buts about it. And also, the individuals involved are some very freaky, creepy, sneaky individuals, guys. Okay. Also, I do want to tell you all something else that came to me while I was working last night pertaining to this situation. I told you all that my spirit guides had told me that Atlanta was one of their main human trafficking hubs, if you will. My spirit guides told me and I told you in the first video that when these abductors take this child, they're going to take them to some type of secluded safe house type of place, okay, and then they're going to wait until around midnight to deliver this child to the traffickers, which are the main individuals of this sex ring. Okay, my spirit guides tell me that there is underground areas, underground tunnels, as well as warehouses, where they run this human trafficking out of. Okay, and my spirit guide specifically told me this because I heard if the warehouse was raided, they have a way to disappear underground from beneath this warehouse. Okay, um, type of thing. So I just wanted that to be known. Okay, whether that has any significance to this particular case or not, my spirit guides are telling me that there are there's whole underground operations that's going on in Atlanta. There's also underground tunnels where all type of things are being trafficked, from children, just human beings in a period, to drugs, to things that's being sold on the black market, on the dark web, if you will, which they also torture people get on the dark web and, with certain credentials, get on these certain sites. And yeah, it's a lot of freaky, creepy people on these dark webs. Okay, they will pay to watch and see victims tortured or raped, or buying. This is where a lot of their sales of younger people underground happens, on the dark web. Okay, and they have these certain little clicks and these certain little different sites that's within the dark web. And it's like some type of jigsaw puzzle or whatever, because you got to have the right passwords and say the right thing and use the right lingo for them to know that you're one of them, type of thing. And how did you get access to them? They'll ask you a series of different things or whatever to get inside these groups before you get access in there. And like literally, once you do have access in there, it is just like things that will just blow your mind wide freaking open, because it's just that awful. Okay, if you think the everyday world that the naked eye can see is awful, okay, and this is above the earth's surface. Okay, the things that goes on underground, many people could not stomach, could not fathom. And if the entire world knew what was actually going on underground, yeah, you would drop everything, leave everything you got, and freaking haul ass the hell out of the United States to somewhere else. I don't know where, because the fact of the matter is, these satanic powers that be are everywhere. Okay, and so these type of things are going on in, not only in the United States, in other countries, across seas, and in some of everywhere. Okay, so even trying to pick up and running off somewhere, this stuff is going on everywhere. Okay, so you like literally would be only safe, living amongst the mountains or something. Okay, under a mountain, in a secluded area, and totally living off the freaking grid. Okay, would be the only safe haven, because I couldn't even say going to some other country or some other land would be safe, because these things happen there as well. Because these satanic powers that be is literally everywhere. It's worldwide. It's everywhere. Okay, and the only way to be rid of it would be to totally live off the grid, and totally go without any modern day technology, and completely excommunicating yourself from this world and anything of this world. Okay, and being in complete hideout somewhere. Nevertheless, guys, those were your extra messages for the emergency kidnapping reading that I did on yesterday. Okay, so I did want to give you these further messages that went along with that. I do hope that there are upstanding individuals that are going to hear this, that is going to take heed to this information, have a look out for things like this that goes on. As much as I have endured, that I have found out since being awakened, that I have seen, that I know. Once you awake, first of all, once you awake, you can't go back to sleep. Okay, and once you are awake, you're like in a awakened living nightmare every single day. Okay, so it's really sad that this is the world that we live in, and these are the types of things that are happening, that is going on. But it's the truth. And so there's a part of me, because I'm a very loving, kind person, and although I've seen a lot of evil, heard a lot of evil, know of a lot of evil, and different things like that, I try to refrain from having the state of mind that this world is awful and every single person in this world is awful. I try to have a sense of optimism to say, okay, well, even if few and far in between, there's got to be some good people in this world. There's got to be some upstanding people in this world, loving, caring people in this world somewhere. You know, um, we may not be able to just reach out and touch them. Okay, so wherever you are, it may not be very good, upstanding, caring, righteous people around you, but there are people like that, and they're just kind of sprinkled all over, you know. And so I really just think about that when I think about all the horrific things in this world. I just continuously to convince myself there are good people in this world, if it's only a few. And maybe those few will hear something, see something, find out something, and be the right individuals hearing it at the right time, getting the right information that can, stand up and do something to help situations like this. Okay. So, guys, that concludes your messages for tonight. I thank you all for listening and for watching. If you would be so kind to do so, please like, share, and subscribe. If there is anybody who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiffanyziegler60 at gmail.com. Um, if there's anybody who would like to donate to the channel, it is greatly appreciated as well. You can do so at through Cash App, excuse me, at $ Tiff Diamond 36. That will be greatly, greatly appreciated, guys. Um, like I tell you all the time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. Okay, guys? Watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep some protection on you, because there is wickedness in high places. There is evil that is lurking around every corner. This is the reason why you have to stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Okay? Y'all stay awake, aware, vigilant, and prepared. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste.